to Target Field. It's the second of a three-game weekend series between the Minnesota Twins and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Fox Saturday Baseball in prime time is presented by Lowe's. And good evening, everybody. I'm Kenny Albert, welcoming you to another special primetime edition of Fox Saturday Baseball. For those of you expecting to watch the Red Sox and the Tigers, that game will not start on time due to rain, so you will begin here in Minneapolis, where the Angels won the series opener last night 6-5 in come-from-behind fashion. Twins took a 5-0 lead into the eighth, but could not hang on. As I welcome in my partner tonight, the Hall of Famer, Bert Blyleven. Bert, Twins and Angels have become regulars in the postseason over the last decade, but this year, two teams heading in opposite directions.
Yeah, Kenny, a couple things, interesting things. The Angels are in first place, tied with the Texas Rangers, just one game over 500. But here in Minnesota, the Twins, they have just had a very frustrating year. They find themselves 14.5 games behind the Cleveland Indians. Who would have thought?
6 division titles for the Twins over the last 9 years, and tonight they must face Jared Weaver. Got off to a great start, 6 wins before the end of April. Twins and Angels next on Fox. Central, following the 6-5 loss last night. Twins skipper Ron Gardenhire not very happy after the game.
Jason Kubel came in and told me he made a mistake, he screwed it up. I can handle that. You know, that's standing up and being accountable. We have to have more of that. Danny Valencia diving back into first base on a 2-out line drive to second base, that's embarrassing. That stuff shouldn't happen. We're in the big leagues. It's embarrassing. Those things right there have got to go away. We have to be a better baseball team than that. Baker gave us an opportunity to win a ball game, a 5-0 lead, and we can't hold it. We made too many mistakes along the way. It should have been an 8 or 9 run game, as far as I was concerned. And we don't make it. We don't do it. So you have to continue to play, and you have to continue to work. But people have to be accountable for some of this stuff. It's not good enough.
Well, accountability, that's what Ron Gardenhire wants out of his players. He has some young players. He has some players Kenny, that are probably AAA players, but because of injuries, they find themselves competing at the major league level.
Well, today is a new day, and Ron Gardenhire was out on the field about 4 hours ago, working with his infielders as the Twins try and bounce back against the Angels, who come in with a record of 27-26. The Angels batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. The second baseman, Myceres Turris, will lead off, followed by the shortstop, Eric Ibar. The designated hitter, Bobby Abreu, hits third. Torrey Hunter back in Minnesota in the cleanup spot. Then third baseman, Alberto Gaiazzo. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Russell Brandon. Then the bottom of the order, center fielder Peter Borges, the catcher, Jeff Mathis, and the left fielder for the Angels tonight, Reggie Willits. The opening pitch brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds.
Well, that opening pitch was supposed to be thrown by Francisco Liriano here tonight, but instead it'll be Anthony Swarzak replacing Liriano in the rotation. Liriano came up with a sore arm. You see Swarzak making just his second start. He made a start earlier this year in a day-night doubleheader that the Twins had against the Tampa Bay Rays.
So Swarzak facing his Turris, leading off the game for the Angels. 1 for 4, drove in a run last night, batting .301 on the season, including a .354 average on the road.
Yeah, picking up some extra base hits. 15 doubles on the year for Turris.
Swarzak facing the Angels for the third time in his career. And he strikes out his Turris. One away here in the Angels' first.
Let's take a look at the scouting report on Anthony Swarzak. Looking for his first win of the year. It would be his fourth career win. Again, replacing Liriano in the rotation. Last win came against the Angels back in July of 2009. And this is a guy that must work ahead in the count. 150 minor league starts, but now getting a chance to get a start here at the major league level.
He spent all of last season in AAA. With one away, here's Eric Ibar. And Ibar takes ball one. Ibar, the big blow in the 8th inning last night, a 3-run home run as the Angels came back from a 5-0 deficit.
Yeah, something that hasn't happened here in Minnesota history for a long, long time, Kenny.
Casilla to Morneau, 2 away as we check out the Twins defensively in the outfield from left to right. Young, Span, and Kadire. Morneau at first, Casilla at second. Plouffe back in the lineup at short. Valencia at third. And the battery of Swarzak and Rivera. Quickly 2 away. In steps the 16-year veteran Bobby Abreu.
Yeah, Bobby Abreu's average down a little bit, but he's second in the American League in walks behind Jose Bautista. Bautista has 43. Abreu has 37. Always has had a very good eye at the plate. In his third season with the Angels.
Two hits in last night's game for Abreu. The 1-0 from Swarzak, catching the outside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, good fastball right there. Swarzak has a moving fastball. He'll go from, to a left-handed hitter, it'll tail away. So almost a 2-seam sinking fastball. He'll mix in a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
1-1 to Abreu. Fastball missing away. Now 2-1. Angels missed the playoffs last season. They have won the division 5 times the last 7 years.
There's Mike Scioscia, just won his 1,000th game not too long ago as a manager of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I grew up in Southern California. It's still hard for me to say that. I grew up as a California Angels.
And, of course, you pitched for the California Angels
yes,
as well.
Did. Unless they were the Anaheim Angels back then. Don't remember.
Here's Casilla. A 1-2-3, 12-pitch first inning for Anthony Swarzak. Jim Thome, who suffered a shoulder injury last night. He is available to play today, but will take a cortisone injection after the game. So here is tonight's Twins batting order, brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. The center fielder Denard Span will lead off, followed by second baseman Alexi Casilla. The DH Jason Kubel hits third, then first baseman Justin Morneau. Right fielder Michael Kadire will bat fifth, then left fielder Delman Young. Bottom of the order, third baseman Danny Valencia, the catcher Rene Rivera, and the shortstop Trevor Plouffe, as the Twins get set to face the 28-year-old right-hander who got off to a 6-0 start this season, Jared Weaver.
Yeah, still a very good earned run average, but he has not won for a while since April 25th. But Weaver, a tall, lanky kid, will come right at the offense of the Twins.
And on the first pitch from Weaver, Denard Span flies out to the center fielder Peter Borges for out number one.
Well, Weaver at 6'7", about 205, so a tall, lanky right-hander in his sixth season with the Angels. Started the season off, like you mentioned, Kenny, 6-0 with an ERA under 1, but he has not won since April 25th. Over his last 5 starts, not that bad. He's 0-4, but a pretty good ERA, just over 4.3. He's been the workhorse for the Angels.
Weaver will now face Alexi Casilla, who went 3 for 4 in last night's game. 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles, and a triple. Weaver, the 4th pitcher all time to win 6 games by the end of April with no losses.
See the big slow curveball right there. Weaver with a good fastball in the low 90s. He'll hit 95, 96 at times. Hard slider. You just saw the slow curveball and a very good changeup.
A 1-1 to Casilla on the ground to the right side is Turris, the second baseman. Over to Russell Branyan, making his first start at first base for the Angels. Quickly 2 away. As we check out tonight's umpires, Jim Reynolds working behind the plate. Tim Welke at first base. Andy Fletcher at second. Mike DeMuro at third. Welke is the crew chief, now in his 29th season.
Yeah, Kenny, we had a chance to talk to him before the ball game, go down there and just kind of introduce ourselves. And nice, very nice guys. They take their job with a lot of pride.
And they don't have any home games.
No, they do not. They're tough traveling for these umpires. And I'm a former pitcher, and I'm saying something nice about it.
Wow.
I know, it's not right.
You've turned over a new leaf, bro.
Just for today.
Here's Jason Kubel with 2 away. Kubel drove in 3 runs in last night's game.
Yeah, Kubel having a very solid year for the Twins, hitting .309. That average coming down a little bit, but leading the club with 28 RBIs on the year. And you see what that slow curveball does. Picks up his first strikeout.
So a 7-pitch, perfect first inning for Jared Weaver. Well, look at Torrey Hunter stepping to the plate. How about this adventure in the outfield last night?
Yeah, not too many times you write in your scorebook what 9-8, 9-8, 9 put out. And Torrey Hunter, his former center fielder, wanted to take charge. Borges said, hey, it's mine, but Torrey ended up getting it.
Could you just give out your phone number?
That's my zip code.
So here's Hunter leading off against Swarzak. Top of the second inning. A combined 19 pitches, Bert, in the first inning. 12 by Swarzak and 7 from Weaver. So we are on pace for 171 over 9 innings.
Well, nothing wrong with that. That's how you, as a starter, you go deep into the ball game by getting ahead and not using a lot of pitches per inning. Swarzak, 12 pitches in the first inning, 6 for strikes. Torrey Hunter's kind of still a fan favorite here in Minnesota.
Nice play by the third baseman, Valencia. And he throws out the fan favorite. One away. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Lowe's, is sponsored by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
Yeah, Kenny, I was saying a fan favorite. He played 11 years here in Minnesota, mainly in the Metrodome. And a guy that was a #1 pick by the Twins. He brings a lot of charisma with him. And now that charisma is in an Angel uniform.
And we had the opportunity to chat with Torrey prior to the game as he congratulated you on your upcoming induction to the Hall of Fame.
He is a good man.
56 days, Bert.
Is it that many? I should probably start my speech pretty soon.
I was about to say. With one away, here's Alberto Callaspo, the Angels' third baseman. Callaspo, 3 hits, drove in a run last night. On fire, 7 for his last 16 at the plate.
Yeah, Angels had 13 hits last night. They beat the Twins 6-5. The Twins had 12 hits. Callaspo, a switch hitter, hitting .314 as a left-handed hitter. All 3 of his home runs have come from this side of the plate. And not bad a right-handed hitter either. A .297 right-handed hitter. Callaspo coming over from the Kansas City Royals last year in a trade.
Does not strike out very often. Ahead in the count 3-0. And he takes the fastball for strike 1. The 3-1 from Swarzak. Missing away, and Callaspo draws a walk. He becomes the game's first base runner. Bert, time for our forward keys to the game.
Yeah, for the Angels, you know, they like to run. And Mike Scioscia has some very athletic ball clubs, so utilizing their speed. Mike Scioscia told us earlier, they're not hitting very well, you know, with 2 outs. They're not doing very well with runners in scoring position, but they utilize a lot of speed. And for the Twins, start playing the Twins' way. That man right there, Ron Gardenhire, his 10th season. Last year, manager of the year. He has been frustrated all season long by the play of his defense out on the field.
Ball 1 to Russell Branyan as Rivera heads to the mound. And I mentioned earlier that Gardenhire was out about 4 hours prior to the start of today's game working with his infielders.
He calls it fundamental baseball, you know, just going back to the basics. He had a lot of his infielders, you know, at third base just kind of going, and he told us, Kenny, you know what, all I expect out of my players is to stay aggressive. Stay aggressive. If you charge a ball, go after it. You know, don't let the ball come to you. Here it is right here earlier today. He's just saying go after that ball, and when you throw that ball across a diamond, have something on it. Just stay aggressive.
Fastball missing inside, ball 2. And Gardenhire also told us that we should have scored 3 or 4 more runs than we did last night had we ran the bases better, and then the Angels would have faced an insurmountable deficit.
Yeah, he also told us that Jason Kubel, with bases loaded, thought there was 2 outs and ended up going to third base for a double play at second base. Big swing right there by Russell Branyan. But he said, you know what, Jason Kubel came right in and he said, hey, I messed up. Okay, he says that's accountability. Some of these other guys are saying, but it's, you know, maybe it's somebody else's fault. Hey, you know what, you live by the sword and you die by the sword. Be accountable.
2-1 to Branyan. Pops it into left. Long run for Young. And it's just foul. Russell Branyan, released by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Signed by the Angels last Sunday. The Angels are Branyan's 10th major league team.
Yeah, I mean, a guy that has 190 home runs, so, you know, that's what the Angels are looking for. Kender Morales just had another surgery on that ankle, so he's not going to be available. They're looking for some pop in their lineup, and they hope that Russell Branyan can bring that.
That looks like Gaylord Perry's jersey in some of the old-timers games that he participated in.
Well, you know what? He's got, 20 teams left?
He's only 2 away from tying the all-time record, held by 3 players. Here's the 2-2. And Branyan is called out on strikes. Mike Morgan, Ron Vallone, and Matt Stairs still going strong with the Washington Nationals. Morgan, Vallone, and Stairs are tied for the all-time record. They each played for 12 major league teams, so Branyan now on number 10.
It's a lot of homes if you buy a home in each place you play. But a big strikeout right there by Swartz. That good fastball down in the strike zone, picks up his second strikeout.
So 2 away, runner on first. Here's Peter Borges, who had an outstanding game last night, both at the plate and in the field.
Boy, he had a triple in last night's ball game in the 5-run 8th inning, and he's fun to watch run around those bases. This guy can downright fly.
Got off to a great start, struggling this month. But did have 2 hits last night and scored 2 runs. Here's the 0-1. Right field. Long run for Kadire. And heading into right field to make the catch, the second baseman, Casilla. So Callaspo stranded, no score, middle of the second. Are waiting. Grab some buds. Kenny Albert, Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven back in Minneapolis. No score, middle of the second inning. And now Justin Morneau will lead things off in the bottom of the second for the Twins. And on the first pitch from Weaver, he pops out to the second baseman as Turris, 1 away.
Boy, Twins swinging at a lot of first pitches. 7 pitches, 6 for strikes in that first inning to retire the Twins 1-2-3. And right there, Justin Morneau swinging at a high pitch, and it's a pop-up for the first out. So 8 pitches for Weaver with 4 outs.
Pretty good ratio.
He could probably go more than 9 innings if he keeps that up.
Think. Here's Michael Kadire. 1 for 5 in last night's game. including his 1,000th career hit, 14th Twin to reach that mark.
He was tied with Bob Allison at 999, and then that base hit last night puts him in that 1,000 category.
Gardenhire tied for the team lead with 5 home runs. We mentioned Thome out of the lineup today. Joe Mauer taking part in extended spring training, had 4 at-bats today as the designated hitter. He will do so again on Monday.
A lot of guys missing in that in the Twins dugout that Ron Gardenhire would like to have had. Kenny, they're the only team in the American League to left spring training without anybody on a disabled list, and they've used it, almost a half a dozen times already. It seems like this year.
Gardenhire down on strikes. Second strikeout for Weaver, who led all of baseball in strikeouts last season. Look at the standings in the American League West with the Angels tied with the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, that's something that the Twins would like to do. Just get back to 500. They're putting themselves behind a big 8 ball, but here in the American League Western Division, to play 500, you're right in the race. Seattle Mariners right there. Weaver's got to be a tough guy to hit against if you're a right-handed hitter, because of the way that he steps across his body, and then he's able to hit that spot right there, down and away.
0-2 on Delmon Young, who is 0 for his last 14.
Right-handers hitting just 169 against Weaver coming into this ball game, and opponents overall only 208. Left-handers hitting 245. Making his 12th start of the year. His last win coming on April 25th when he shut out the Oakland A's.
Base hit into right field, so the Twins have their first base runner of tonight's game, a 2-out single as Delmon Young puts it into that 0 for 14 stretch.
Well, that high pitch right there, just kind of a defensive swing, gets the base hit, but Weaver, watch his delivery. It's where he lands. He's not your typical pitcher that lands, say, where Swarzak lands over here. He's all the way over toward third base, so across his body, but he's still able to get over his body and hit that spot down and away. Again, 6'7", tall, lanky, and he really utilizes that long arm he has to reach out there toward the catcher's glove.
So with Young on at first, here is Danny Valencia. The Twins' third baseman, batting .229. Has hit 5 home runs. Tied for the team lead with Gardenhire and Kubel.
Yeah, the average down a little bit. Valencia in his first full season last year came in third in the American League Rookie of the Year voting, as he hit .311 for the Twins. But that average, .229, too low for Danny Valencia. Is picking up some RBIs, second on the club with 24 RBIs with the 5 home runs.
The 1-1 from Weaver, and it is popped up. The catcher Mathis makes the play in foul territory. We'll return to Minneapolis after these messages from your local Fox station. All right, thanks very much, Chris. Jeff Mathis leading off for the Angels here in the top of the third inning against Anthony Swarzak. Mathis batting just 196, fouls it off to the right side. In case you joined us late, up until last night, Francisco Liriano was scheduled to start this game for the Twins. But Liriano, bothered by a sore left shoulder, underwent an MRI today, has some inflammation. But Ron Gardenhire told us it should not turn into a major issue. Now, Joe Nathan will be placed on the disabled list due to right elbow soreness. And Nathan is scheduled to undergo an MRI later today. He has discomfort. And the Twins will call up another pitcher following today's game to replace Nathan on the roster.
Well, you know, Kenny, it's already depleted bullpen, and then you take Swarzak out of that bullpen. You look at Nathan right there talking to Glenn Perkins, who's on a disabled list. A little bit of oblique muscle. You know, I mean, they're hurting in that bullpen right now. Swarzak taken out of the bullpen, Nathan unavailable. So there's really only 5 guys out there, or 5 guys that might be able to participate in this ball game if Swarzak has to come out.
Mathis sends it down the right field line, and coming over to make the catch is the second baseman, Casilla. What's going on with the Rangers and the Royals? Let's check in with Chris and Mitch. All right, thanks, guys. That is not good news for the Angels, who are tied for the division lead with the Texas Rangers, who have taken a 3-0 lead over the Royals. Here is Reggie Willits with one away. Willits takes ball one. He's just 1 for 17 this season. Start of the year on the disabled list, was sent down to AAA. Called back up on May 10th. And speaking of the Royals, we send our condolences to the family of Paul Splittorff, who passed away earlier this week. The Royals' all-time leader with 166 victories, and a guy that you matched up with on a number of occasions.
Yeah, you know what? Baseball lost a great man. They lost a great pitcher. 166 wins in 15 seasons for the Royals, but even a better person. You know, the Twins went through that with Harmon Killebrew, you know, last week, losing Harmon Killebrew to cancer. And same as said for the Kansas City Royals organization. Our condolences go out to the Splittorff family and the Royal organization. They lost a very great pitcher, great man, also a great announcer.
Yes. You and Paul both won 20 games during the 73 season. You started against one another on opening day in 1974.
Had some good battles. Royals had a great ball club. And Willits, a guy that only has 1 hit and 17 at-bats. That's the last thing you want to do is put one of the speedsters on. Willits hasn't been on first base a lot, but he can steal some bases. So the second walk by Swarzak with 1 out.
Angels 5th in the American League in steals this season. So Willits on at first. Here's Myceris Turris, who struck out his first time up.
Swarzak stepping off because the Twins, what they like to do is use more than one sign with a runner at first base. Why do you say? Because a lot of times Willits say will take a lead and then they'll peek in. So some clubs just go with one sign, but the good base runners like a Ricky Henderson, you know, I remember him always peeking in. If he could see, say, more than one finger, it's a good chance it's a breaking ball or a changeup. That might give him one extra step to be able to steal a base. So that's why the Twins use more than one sign. See Rene Rivera.
Fastball in for a called strike. 1-1 on his Turris.
Swarzak just 25 years old. Again, came up a couple years ago. His last victory came against the Angels in Anaheim back in July of 26. of 2009. He beat Irvin Santana 10-1 in that ball game.
Swarzak, one start for the Twins this season. His last 2 appearances came in relief. Also started 6 games for AAA Rochester with a record of 2-1.
He's always a starter. Ron Gardenhire talked to us before. This is a guy that wants the ball. He wants to be a major league starter one day. Well, he's got a chance right here. This is just his 14th major league start. 12 of them coming in 2009. Willits over his career, 40 stolen bases. He's been caught 17 times.
Two and one on his Turris, 1 out. Willits on at first, top of the 3rd inning with no score.
Yeah, 4 switch hitters in the Angels lineup here this afternoon. Esturris, he's a good hitter from both sides of the plate. Now you want to keep off the bases too because of his speed.
Down the left field line. Nice effort by Valencia.
Yeah, great effort by Danny Valencia. He followed that ball. You try to track it, but then they have the tarp right there. And you see him bump into the tarp, just out of the ball, just out of his reach. He kind of turned around and says, okay, I'll remember that next time I go that direction.
Two balls, 2 strikes on his Turris with Eric Ibar waiting on deck. Fox Saturday Baseball in prime time for Minneapolis. The 2-2, and his Turris sends this one into right field. Kadire is under it. 2 away. Well, tomorrow, NASCAR on Fox is live from Charlotte, where Kurt Busch will try to defend his title and take home his first checkered flag of the year. Coverage of the Coca-Cola 600 begins tomorrow with the pre-race show delivered by Pizza Hut at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific in high definition right here on Fox. 2 away, here's Eric Ibar. Huge sports weekend, Bert, on Fox. UEFA Champions League final earlier today. Barcelona over Manchester United, 3-1.
Atta baby Barcelona.
Baseball tonight, NASCAR tomorrow. Eric Ibar with 2 outs, strike 1. Ibar grounded to the second baseman Casilla, his first time up.
Just watching Willits at first base. He doesn't have that type of lead that he looks like he's going to try to steal. This might be a good opportunity. There's 2 outs, runner at first. He's going to try to get in scoring position.
Willits holds, and Ibar fouls it back to the screen. 0-2.
Well, you see what Mike Scioscia can do with his lineup. Again, a lot of good athletes in that Angel lineup. So, you know, when it's not Esturris leading off, you know, Kendry Morales or Howie Kendrick, he's on a disabled list. They miss some guys in that lineup, but this guy, good athlete.
On the ground for the second baseman, Casilla. And that will do it for the Angels in the 3rd. with Rene Rivera leading off for the Twins, and he takes strike one from Jared Weaver. With Joe Mauer on the disabled list, Rivera making his 10th start behind the plate. Drew Butera has started 26 games at catcher for the Twins. Rivera spent parts of 3 seasons with the Seattle Mariners in the Yankees minor league system last year. Behind in the count, 1-2.
Well, you know what? You think about what the Twins have had here with Joe Mauer. Now with Joe Mauer gone, you can see in 2011 what the catchers combined have hit. 152. It's an area that Gardy is actually getting no offense whatsoever. Jared Weaver slipping on that pitch right there. You can see where he lands right there as he kind of swishes the dirt away to where Swarzak lands. Again, across the body. You can see the left foot slipping. And it looks like he's okay.
2-2. Weaver missing low and away. Full count.
Well, it looks like Weaver's throwing a lot of breaking balls so far here in the first 2+ innings. And when he has thrown that fastball, it's been down and away for a strikeout. He struck out Kadire on it, and he got Kubel on a good fastball. Take another look at Jarrett Weaver right here. And slipping. Well, pitchers are the best athlete. If you noticed, he bounced right back up.
Yes, he did.
Had to throw that in there, Kenny.
Not unexpectedly. Rivera draws a leadoff walk as we head to Los Angeles. Another DirecTV game break. Chris and Mitch. Pitchers are the best athletes.
Those channels in Texas, they have some channels where that ball just flies at times.
Back-to-back home runs for the Rangers, including one off the bat of the former Angels catcher, Mike Napoli.
Yeah, I mean, Rangers are going to score some runs. They got a very good hitting ball club, but now up 5-0 over Kansas City.
How about Cleveland?
Yeah, they
winning for the 31st time.
They continue to win. It's a nice story in Cleveland. Fans are starting to come back because the Indians are putting a pretty good club on the field.
With Rivera on the move, what a play by Callaspo. And the Angels for the 5-4-3 double play.
Yeah, Ron Gardenhire trying a little hit and run right there, but Callaspo leaning to his left. Trevor Plouffe hitting it sharply. And a quick throw over to second. And just in time, and then the relay throw by Asturis completes the double play. So a sharply hit ball by Plouffe turns into a 5-4-3 double play.
So bases empty, 2 away. Here's Denard Span. Flight out to center his first time up. Off-speed pitch, and Span fouls it off to the right side.
Yeah, Jerry White, the first base coach, showing that his hands have left him. And over at third base, Steve Little, the third base coach. Great outfielder, Jerry White, back in the 30s and 40s.
No wonder his hands have left him. Although he did make a nice toss into the crowd.
He's with the Expos back in the 70s. Well, for Jarrett Weaver, this is his 9th career start against the Twins organization. 4 wins, 2 losses. Very good, 3.91 ERA. Pitched here last year at Target Field. Ended up losing a ball game.
Another foul off to the right side.
Well, you see what that slow curveball does. All the hitters way out front. He's been able to get some ground ball outs on that slow curveball. Then he'll sneak that fastball in. Weaver making his 156th major league start. And good location of that curveball.
Career record of 70 wins, only 43 losses. The 0-2, fastball, missing inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's really been a workhorse. They just got Dan Herron. These two guys right here, kind of the 1-2 punch for Mike Scioscia and Mike Butcher, the pitching coach.
Herron will start tomorrow's game against Carl Pavano. Brennan in the perfect spot. No score through 3. Want some, Bert?
Always hungry. Can't you tell?
No score here in Minneapolis. Top of the 4th inning. Only 1 hit in the game. And that came off the bat of Delman Young of the Twins back in the 2nd inning. So Bobby Abreu leads off for the Angels here in the 4th. Angels have had 2 base runners. 2 walks issued by Swarzak. Abreu grounded out to the second baseman Casilla his first time up. Fastball in for a called strike. 0-2. Abreu has played at least 150 games, Bert, in each of the last 13 seasons. That is tied with Willie Mays for the major league record.
Again, an outstanding eye at the plate. A guy that came up with the Astros back in 1996, and he could always hit. Right there, Danny Valencia is going to throw him out from third base, but he spent some time with the Astros, the Phillies, the Yankees, and now in his 3rd year with the Angels, he's been very durable.
And in case any of the viewers are wondering, the reason Cal Ripken is not part of that group, the strike season.
In 1994, yeah.
I worked a Dodgers game 2 weeks ago. Matt Kemp is the current leader as far as consecutive games played. He's in the mid-200s. He is 9% of the way to breaking Ripken's record.
Well, that record will never be broken. Big swing by Torrey Hunter. Torrey maybe guessing fastball. Looked like he got a hard breaking ball.
Hunter grounded out to third his first time up. Fastball in for a called strike. 0-2.
Yes. Swarzak showing pretty good control right there. You saw Rivera, the catcher, sit inside, and he hit his glove. That's how you make that 17-inch plate grow a little bit, by hitting the glove. Get the ball in there.
A towering pop-up. The catcher, Rivera, gets rid of his mask, and the catch is made by the first baseman, Justin Morneau, for out number 2. Today's game, presented by Lowe's, is sponsored by the all-new Focus from Ford, Drive One, and by Just for Men for Mustache and Beard. Keep your edge.
Well, Swarzak attacking the strike zone. 6 pitches so far this inning, all of them strikes. 50 total, 30 have been strikes. Couple walks, couple strikeouts. Has yet to give up a hit.
Callaspo walked his first time up. We mentioned only 1 hit so far in this game. Check this out, Bert. The combined average in Major League Baseball this season, batting average for all of the players combined, is .250. The lowest on this date since 1972, the year before the designated hitter was instituted in the American League.
Yeah, I think what they need to do now is lower the mound again, just flatten it out, and put another designated hitter in there so, fans can come back out and watch these 12 to 10 ball games. How dare somebody come to a ballpark and watch a 1-0 ball game? That's what's happening. We're past the steroid era. Now baseball's going back the way it used to be. Speed, good defense, good pitching wins ball games. So I like to see it.
You're proposing a double DH.
Why not? Why not?
I think you should include that as part of your Hall of Fame speech.
I'll write that down, Kenny.
You really have not started it at all?
No, a little bits and pieces. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and think of something. I'll write it down on a piece of paper and
I heard that's when you do your best work. Left center. Here's Delman Young.
Usually about 5 in the morning.
No hits for the Angels through 4. Bottom of the 4th inning here at Target Field in Minneapolis. Alexei Casilla leading off for the Twins. Takes a called strike.
Well, Weaver's been able to get strike 1 on 9 of the 11 batters he's faced. Another key to a successful start. And that's really what Weaver has been able to do over his last 19 starts coming into this one. He has, dating back to last year, he has pitched 6 or more innings in every start. That in today's game, a workhorse. So when you go into spring training, Kenny, and say, okay, this guy's going to give me 200 plus innings, and that's what Weaver's able to do for the Angel organization.
Takes one to no one. Bert Blyleven, 242 career complete games.
Yeah, I mean, the complete games aren't like they were, I think, when myself pitched or Jack Morris, who's in the booth next to us. But, you know, you give me 6, 7 good innings in today's game with a good bullpen, and you'll win a lot of ball games.
Branyan takes it to the bag himself to retire Casilla. 1 away.
Weaver, 224 innings pitched last year, 211 innings back in 2009. And, of course, you know, Jarrett Weaver, the younger brother of Jeff Weaver, who won over 100 ball games at the major league level. There's Jack Morris. Still, to me, best game ever pitched in Game 7 of a World Series, 1991. A 1-0 extra inning victory against the Atlanta Braves. Jack Morris went all 10 innings.
What a performance. Jason Kubel struck out back in the first inning. And he fouls this one off to the left side, 1-1. Now, to put in perspective how well things have gone here in Minnesota over the last decade and how poorly they have gone so far this season, Twins have been in last place for 42 days so far this season. Over the last 10 seasons combined, the Twins were in last place for 12 days.
Yeah, again, Gardy, you know, in his 10th season as manager of the Minnesota Twins, 6 of the first 9 years he managed, he was in postseason. So, yeah, it's very frustrating, not only to Gardy and the players, but to the fans that support them. You know, over 3 million people here last year, and now they're coming out in flocks again, but they would like to see some home victories here by the Twins. Twins are just 5-14 here at Target Field, where last year they were 53-28 here at home when they won 94 ball games. Yeah, unbelievable. You know, it just has not worked out. A lot of guys on a disabled list, and nobody's going to feel sorry for them. Great pitch.
Called strike 3. Third strikeout for Weaver, including Kubel twice. Well, help make a baseball moment kids will never forget. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball. Plus, enter to win one of 4 trips to the 2011 Major League Baseball All-Star Game and the keys to a new Chevrolet. 2 down. Here's Justin Morneau. Popped out to the second baseman is Turris, his first time up.
Yeah, Justin jumped on that first pitch up in the strike zone and popped it straight up right there, taking a changeup down and away for ball 1. Weaver with this is pitch number 47. And that's, again, how you get deep into the ball game. Has some quick innings. 7 pitches in the first, 13 in the second, and 15 in the third. That's all he needed.
2-1.
Stay away from the 20-plus innings if you can, and that'll get you into the 7th, hopefully the 8th inning. Big, slow curveball.
And Weaver has gone 6+ innings in each of his last 19 starts. 2-2, fastball missing away. The count is full.
I remember Weaver when he first came up in 2006. He won his first 9 decisions. In 12 starts, he was 9-0. Pretty good way to start your baseball career at the major league level.
In fact, he made his first major league start against Baltimore 5 years ago yesterday as Morneau fouls out to the third baseman, Cayapso. 4 innings in the books, no score. Yes, it is, Chris, although it did rain earlier today. Rained last night prior to the start of the game. Angels without a hit over the first 4 innings against Anthony Swarzak. Russell Branyan struck out back in the second.
Yeah, we haven't seen a runner at second base yet. They've had some runners at first, but nobody's touched second and stayed there. Had a double play turn by the Angels behind Weaver in the 3rd inning. But Swarzak, replacing Francisco Liriano, who earlier this year in Chicago, earlier in May, pitched a no-hitter. And now Liriano missing his start because of the sore shoulder.
And you missed Liriano's no-hitter because you were going through an orientation session in Cooperstown.
I know. You don't believe me. When I came back, the Twins had to win that game when I came back, or I was going to go back and live in Cooperstown. But what a performance by Liriano, no-hitting the Chicago White Sox. A 1-0 too. It wasn't like a 6-0 ball game to where he could relax a little bit. He did walk 6 in that ball game, but still a no-hitter's a no-hitter. Remember A.J. Burnett, I think his no-hitter, he walked 9 guys in that no-hitter.
For the Florida Marlins.
You walk around the guys that you feel might get a hit off of you.
2-2 to Branyan. Fouls it off to the right side. To take you back to May 3rd.
Yeah, in Chicago. Look at that line score. No hitter for Francisco Liriano. And Adam Dunn made that final out. A line drive to Matt Tolbert at shortstop. And the celebration begins. It's about the only thing the Twins have been able to celebrate about so far this year. Branyan with that uppercut swing. Again, 190 career home runs. Look at that. He does not get cheated up there.
.190 home runs, playing for 9 teams. The Angels are his 10th.
A good pitch count right there for Swarzak. 60 pitches. Couple walks, couple strikeouts.
Ron Gardenhire told us anything more than 5 innings from Swarzak would be a bonus today.
Yeah, especially, they would like for him to go 7 maybe later because of that bullpen. Again, Nathan out. Swarzak coming out of the bullpen, replacing Liriano in this start. So very depleted bullpen for Ron Gardenhire and Rick Anderson, the pitching coach. You know what? The Twins are 4-15 over their last 19 ball games, and the starters have struggled. High ERA. The bullpen's even been worse. 1-8 combined, 6.70 earned run average. And right now the Twins are last in the American League. Scott Baker right there, 7 shutout innings. He left with a 5-0 lead. Ends up getting a no decision, something that hasn't happened in 40 years.
Full count, 3-2 on Branyan.
When we talk about 40 years, Elias saying that, first time in nearly 40 years that the Twins have lost a game in which they led by 5 or more runs going into the 8th inning.
Branyan strikes out for the second time. Our game summary is brought to you by Jeep.
Well, it's a pitcher's duel so far. Swarzak, 4 1/3 innings, has not allowed a hit. Just picked up his 3rd strikeout. Jarrett Weaver, not a lot of pitches thrown, 51 pitches in 4 innings. And those are 4 shutout innings. The only hit of the ball game so far off the bat of Delman Young, and he hit that ball to right field, a high fastball.
Here's Peter Borges, who popped out to second his first time up. The Twins had won their last 755 games in which they took a lead of 5 or more runs into the 8th inning, the longest winning streak in Major League history, before blowing the 5-run lead in the latter innings last night.
Well, Joe Nathan was a closer for a lot of those ball games, and they had some great setup guys like Jesse Crane, Matt Guerrero, John Roush. They were all free agents at the end of the year, and the Twins decided not to bring them back. Now they have a bullpen of guys that have been injured that just hasn't worked out.
Long list of injuries on the Twins side. Here's the 0-2 from Swarzak.
I always say with injuries, and that's how I came up in 1970, is, Louis Tiondo, Dave Boswell got hurt, gave me the opportunity to come up. So even though there's injuries, that should give opportunities for young kids to come up and hopefully succeed at the major league level. Right here, Anthony Swarzak trying to take advantage of that because Liriano is a little bit sore in that left shoulder.
Called strike 3. Fourth strikeout, second in a row for Swarzak.
Well, he's creating that good angle. He's doing a good job of staying over the pitching rubber and then getting that ball down. You see the two-seamer that he holds right there, and that ball knee-high, outer half of the plate. And Rivera held it for a second to pick up that third strike.
Second round pick by the Twins back at 04. Born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And as you mentioned earlier, his last win came against the Angels during the 2009 season. 5 hitless innings for Anthony Swarzak as Mathis grounds out to the third baseman, Valencia. Blows. Let's build something together. Back in Minneapolis, we are scoreless. Bottom of the 5th inning. Michael Kadire leading off for the Twins. Twins have had only 2 base runners in this game. Delman Young with a single back in the 2nd inning. He was stranded. Then Rene Rivera walked leading off the 3rd. Was erased on a double play. No base runners pass first for either team today. Kadire left field. Willits is under it, moving to his right. 1 away. Well, Bird, as we've been discussing, you are headed to Cooperstown in July. 5th on the all-time strikeout list.
Yeah, nice honor. Again, being elected, it was my 14th year, and very proud to be a Hall of Famer. I'm looking forward to the induction. I'm looking forward to being a rookie again. I'll be a rookie in the Hall of Fame.
Here's Delman Young, who has the game's only base hit on the first pitch. He flies out to Borges in center field. And you were telling me earlier that your mom will be in attendance, traveling from Southern California.
Yeah, I lost my dad to Parkinson's in 2004. He's going to be there in spirit, but my mother at 85 is going to be there, Kenny. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to my mother sitting at the Otesaga Hotel outside on that porch in a rocking chair. She loves to knit, so maybe she'll bring her knitting gear with her, and She can just knit away right there and look at the beautiful view. So it should be a fun weekend.
All the family members, friends are ready. Accommodations
I hope
taken care
so.
of.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Cooperstown Whitney Sellover has done a great job of getting everybody, tickets and all that stuff, and flight arrangements and hotel arrangements. Cooperstown does a class act as far as first class as far as getting my family there, and I know they'll do the same for Roberto Alomar and also Pat Gillick's family.
July 23rd in Cooperstown. What an honor.
Yeah, the induction is the 24th on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that. And 32 more home games here before the countdown. They're actually retiring my number, so I'll be right up there with Harmon Killebrew and Rod Carew, Tony Oliva, Kent Herbeck, of course, Kirby Puckett, and also Jackie Robinson.
And that ceremony will take place July 16th, the weekend before the Hall of Fame ceremony.
A lot of nice things are coming my way, so it's very nice.
Full count. Valencia fouled out to the catcher Mathis, his first time up. Ball back to the screen.
Well, here at Target Field in the Legends area, they have a picture of me. I'm glad that at least my face is going that way rather than my head turning around, like, uh-oh, where's that ball going?
You did suffer that fading on more than one occasion.
Oh, yes, I did. About 430 times I did that.
And we take you back to your childhood in Southern California,
I'll tell you what,
Garden Grove.
Now, look at those muscles. I was going to go back and show those big muscles of mine at Santiago High School right there in Garden Grove.
Who's that guy?
If you read that a little bit, it says what I wanted to do. I said I wanted to play Major League Baseball on my senior album or my senior yearbook.
I was focusing on your middle name.
Rick Albert. There. Look at those. Look at those guns right there. Unbelievable.
What year was that?
It was probably, I was probably about when I was 10 or 11 years old. I didn't start playing baseball until I was about 10. Good sinking fastball right there. It finally gets Danny Valencia. Weaver matching Swarzak 0-0.
And the 5.
Kenny, is that with the imbalanced schedule, this is the only time the Angels come here, you know, in Minnesota. Now, they're calling for rain tomorrow here in Minnesota. What if it gets rained out? Then they'll have to come back. Like we have to go back, the Twins have to go back to New York. Cleveland has to come back here. So a lot of times, like Boston, they might be the only time in Detroit. So they're going to try to get this game in, I'm sure.
Reggie Willits takes a called strike. Willits walked his first time up. Angels without a hit over the first 5 innings. You mentioned that makeup game for the Twins was announced today. They will play one game in New York against the Yankees the afternoon of September 19th, the off day during what was scheduled as a 6-game homestand for Minnesota.
Yeah, they're here on Sunday, and then they'll have to fly to New York on Monday and then come back and play a game Tuesday night.
The 1-1 from Swarzak to Willits. Foul back, now 1-2.
Well, Swarzak has been outstanding. He's not allowed a hit. He's retired 8 straight. Only 2 balls have been caught in the outfield as far as outfielders. 70 pitches, 45 for strikes. 4 strikeouts in a ball game, a couple walks.
Named as today's starter last night to replace Francisco Liriano. Out with the sore shoulder. Nice catch.
That's why you bring your glove to the ballpark, no matter where you sit.
When Ron Gardenhire met with us as well as the media, he had his glove on his desk.
Yes, he did. Never know, a foul ball might come in his office.
That's right. We've seen stranger things. 1-2. Swarzak missing high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, it's a 1-out walk in the 3rd inning off of Swarzak. One of his 2 walks that he's allowed so far here this afternoon.
Time called by Willits.
This is a guy here, Kenny, Reggie Willits. He seems, even last year, he's up and down, I think, 5 or 6 times. You know, this year already a couple times down at AAA. Has some options left.
Here's the shortstop, Plouffe. Low throw, nice play by Morneau. 1 away. The one thing that has never happened, Reggie Willits, in 840 career at-bats, has never hit a Major League home run, and that is the longest active streak by a non-pitcher.
Well, keep him in the ballpark. But that ground ball right there to Trevor Plouffe, that's what Ron Gardenhire had the players out early doing. Attack the ball. Don't let the ball play you. Go in and feel the ball. And that's exactly what Trevor Plouffe right there. That's what Ron Gardenhire wants to see. A couple times Plouffe has been caught by going to the left up the middle, and he has no chance of throwing out that runner. And that's why he didn't play for the last 3 games. He let him sit and think about it a little bit. And now Plouffe, who was given a starting shortstop job because Alexi Casilla, who's at second, came out of spring training with the job. He kind of lost it, and now they gave it to Plouffe, and then Plouffe was kind of working his way out of it. And Gardy just wants these young guys to just realize that you have to stay aggressive. Accountability is so important, but also is aggressiveness when you're playing your position.
Plouffe back in the starting lineup tonight. The 3-0 to Izturis. In for a called strike, now 3-1. Izturis 0 for 2, struck out and fly to right. Fastball, full count. Payoff pitch to Izturis, and he pops it up to the right side. Casilla, the second baseman, is under it, 2 away. Today's game, presented by Lowe's, is sponsored by Chevrolet, proud to support youth baseball across the country, and by Michelin, a better way forward.
Boy, that's trusting your stuff right there by Swarzak. Fell behind 3-0, and he just challenged Izturis. You know, you don't want to walk some of these speedsters in the lineup, and you know, Swarzak went right back and challenged him, and he got the pop-up for the second out.
So now Eric Ibar, who was grounded out to the second baseman Casilla twice, fouls it off the catcher Rivera. 0-1.
Tools of ignorance right back there. Being a major league catcher, how many times does a foul ball do that, or what happened to Buster Posey, you know, in San Francisco with the Giants?
Posey out for the season.
Yeah, too bad. Well, I saw the replay of Cousins with the Marlins. He just tried to, you know, barrel in and try to knock the ball loose. I saw that many times throughout my playing career. Guys trying to run over the catcher. We're trying to score.
Yeah, he felt so bad about it after the fact. He went to school in San Francisco, had many friends and family members at the game, lives in the Bay Area during the offseason. Center field, Denard Span. No hits for the Angels through 6. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Minneapolis. Rene Rivera leading off for the Twins. Wouldn't you know it, Bert? The catcher who takes the foul ball off his left hand always leads off the next half inning.
Why is that? Why is that? Once out of 9 chances you get a chance to see that.
Rivera walked his first time up. Fouled off to the right side, 1-1.
Well, we talked about Swarzak. He retired 11 straight Angel batters where, you know, Weaver's matching him 0 for 0. He's retired the last 7. Only 1 hit in the ball game. That was Delman Young in the 2nd inning. That might be the hardest hit ball we've seen this afternoon. It was hook foul. Swarzak with 81 pitches in the ball game and 6 shutout, no hit innings.
You know, back in 2008, June 28th, Weaver pitched a combined no-hitter in a loss. A 1-0 loss at Dodger Stadium. Weaver, along with Jose Arredondo, pitched an 8-inning unofficial no-hitter.
Yeah, I think that was the second one by the Angels.
Yes.
I was there in 1990 when Mark Langston and Mike Witt combined for a no-hitter.
2-2, Rivera, left field. Willis has it. one away. Let's check in with Chris Rose for an update on the weather in Detroit. Chris? There have already been more no-hitters in Major League Baseball this season than all of last season.
Well, again, I think the pitchers have finally caught up to the hitters because the hitters aren't as juiced as they used to be. And I think the pitchers are taking advantage of that.
Trevor Plouffe grounded into a double play his first time up. The last 18 batters in this game have been retired since Rivera walked back in the third inning.
Yeah, Plouffe showed bunt right there, but Callaspo still playing that deep third base.
Long run in foul territory, and the catch is made by the shortstop, Ibar. What a play.
The speed right there. Again, very athletic ball club put together by Mike Scioscia. Ibar going a long way, opening up that glove, and it all fell right in.
So now 2 away for Denard Span. Join Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association in helping the victims of the devastating tornadoes that have hit our country. Support the relief efforts by visiting hearttoheart.org to make a donation and learn how you can help. Major League Baseball and the Players Association have contributed $200,000 toward relief efforts for tornado victims in the Midwest and the Southeast.
Very nice.
Span 0 for 2. Fly to center and lined out to the first baseman, Branyan. Branyan starting at first today for the Angels. Mark Trumbo having an outstanding rookie season. Has the night off. Leads American League rookies in home runs and runs batted in.
Yeah, with 8 home runs for the young right-handed hitter.
Off the mound. Ibar not in time. Twins have a 2-out base runner here in the 6th.
Well, 9 straight retired by Jarrett Weaver. And Weaver with his follow-through. The ball ends up going, looked like right through the wickets. And almost hit second base. And Ibar showing some range, but Span too quick out of that batter's box and up the line. So the second hit in this ball game, both by the Twins, goes to Denard Span with 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
So that ends the stretch of 19 consecutive batters who had been retired. So Span on at first. Here's Alexi Casilla, who was grounded out twice. Bottom of the 6th inning. No score here in Minneapolis. Angels without a hit today.
Yeah, Twins don't run a lot. They have 21 stolen bases, but they've been very good at it when they do run. They've been caught only 5 times. Span with 4 stolen bases at first base in 5 attempts. Now there's 2 outs to see if Gardy wants to try to send Span, get him in the scoring position.
Weaver throws it away. Span now in scoring position. He is the first runner in today's game on either side to reach second base.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball was thrown away other than maybe Russell Branyan just lost that ball. That looked like it skipped right there on Branyan. Take a look right here. Ball into the sliding Span. So Span goes to second base on the error given by Weaver. Now, Alexi Casilla has probably been the Twins' hottest hitter over the last 11 ball games coming into this game, hitting .387.
But with runners in scoring position this season, Bert, he is just 2 for 26. Twins as a team hitting .228 with runners in scoring position.
Only the Seattle Mariners have come in with a lower team batting average than the Minnesota Twins. Twins hitting .235 as a ball club. And I think, Kenny, when you put that together, hitting .235 as a ball club, they scored the least amount of runs, and then their pitching staff is last. Well, that kind of gives you a reason why the Twins are 16-33, 14.5 games behind the Indians.
After winning 94 games a season ago.
Yep.
The 1-1 from Weaver. Casilla fouls it off. Now 1-2.
Well, he's really thrown that slow curveball to effect, to really, I mean, a lot of confidence in that curveball. It's a curveball that looks like it just keeps rolling, and I'm sure as a hitter you think you're on it, and next thing you know you hit it with the bottom of your bat because he has good tight rotation on it. See if they try to sneak a fastball inside. Watch Mathis. He's leaning out over the plate. Another breaking ball. Good block.
Span back in at second.
Yeah, Jeff Mathis, you're not going to get much offensively out of this young man right here, but what you're going to get on a daily basis is good catchers. Good catching right there. Dropping to his knees, utilizing that chest protector. See, Span held at second base. And when you do that like he did right there, it just deadens the ball so the ball doesn't go too far away, and that keeps that runner at the base. 80 pitches.
Pitch number 81 is fouled off down the left field line. Count remains 2-2 on Casilla. No score, bottom of the sixth inning. Span, the runner on second, first runner to reach second base in tonight's game.
See, that's why, Kenny, I do not like the pitch count at 100, where they max that out. I'm a believer that a quality start is when you pitch 7 innings and give up 2 earned runs or less. I wish they would move that up to 120 pitches, because a lot of pitchers feel, okay, I'm getting 90 pitches, I have one more inning. It becomes a mental thing. Weaver's a guy that can go deeper in the ballgame. Social will give him that opportunity.
Span out at second. Weaver with the pickoff to end the inning. Looked like Span got back in.
No, he never got to the bag.
Great play by Ivar with his left foot.
Yep.
in prime time, presented by Lowe's. Let's build something together. While we were away, Twins manager Ron Gardenhire was ejected as he came out of the dugout to argue the call at second base.
Yeah, with Andy Fletcher right there. Gardy thought he had his foot, and Andy Fletcher ended up giving him the heave-ho. And Gardy thrown out for the third time this year and 55th time in his career. Gardy, one of those managers, he's not afraid to show his frustration from time to time.
So he will watch the remainder of this game from his office.
Well, it looked like, Ibar went in. It looked like Span slid right into his shoe. And I think that's what Andy Fletcher saw, the second base umpire. Used to do that the best was former Angel Bobby Grich. Used to go in from second base and drop his leg in front of the bag, so when the runner slid back in head first, he couldn't get to the bag.
The 1-1 to Abreu, who is 0 for 2 today, is grounded out twice. Angels still without a base hit. Swarzak has retired the last 11 batters he has faced. '81 pitches for Swarzak through the first 6 innings. Just missing away, 3-1.
The eye of Abreu, very good eye at the plate. He has Jim Thome type eyes, he knows the strike zone. Torrey Hunter on deck.
(3-1) to Abreu. Well hit, deep right field. Kadire on the track, looks up and makes the catch to retire Abreu. How about that reaction from Swarzak?
He said thank you. Let's go back to the pickoff right here. Weaver, it's the daylight play, but watch Span slide into, look like the foot of Ibar, and that's what Ibar thought. That's what he's telling the umpire right there. Does he ever get to the bag? You see the hand on the foot. He never really got to the bag.
So a terrific play by Ibar.
I don't think Ibar tried to do it on purpose. It just so happened that's where Span was sliding back in. Again, Bobby Grich used to drop his knee in there. A lot of guys, when Bobby Grich was at second base, if that play was on, you went back in, spiked first, because you knew Bobby Grich would do that.
Fastball called strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
Yeah, that fastball at 90 miles an hour. This will be pitch number 90 for Anthony Swarzak. Couple walks, 4 strikeouts. And that one fastball at 91 up the ladder a little bit. Torrey fouled us straight back.
In Swarzak's last minor league start 18 days ago, he threw a season-high 102 pitches.
Yeah, Gardy's going to ride the ship right here. Stay with this guy as long as he continues to look like, he hasn't really had an inning under duress, so he's throwing nice and fluid and making some good pitches.
Center field, Denard Span, 2 out. 13 in a row retired by Swarzak.
And this is the time of the game as a pitcher you start thinking, uh-oh, I haven't given up any hits yet. I had 1 no-hitter. That was against the Angels back in 1977, and this is the time of the ball game, about the 6th inning on, that you say, boy, if they're hitting it, I hope they hit it at somebody. And Swarzak, 6 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball.
Here's Callaspo, 0 for 1 with a walk. Strike 1. And Francisco Liriano, today's scheduled starter, who pitched that no-hitter in Chicago on May 3rd, said he did not realize it until the 8th inning because the White Sox had a number of base runners.
Right, because of the walks.
Fastball missing low, 1-1.
One thing that Swarzak has done, and he's done a good job of staying over that pitching rubber, allowing that arm to catch up. A lot of the pitches are down in the strike zone. Why? Because he comes set right in there and then creates that good downward break. Good changeup, creates another fly ball out.
7 innings in the books. No hits for the Angels.
For me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright, blessed days and a dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
What a great man, Harmon Killebrew. He will be missed. Sung by Mudcat Grant and Ricky Oliva. Tony Oliva's son playing the guitar. Great memorial here they had for Harmon just here on Thursday night. Not only a Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer as a person.
Absolutely. And you attended the service in Arizona.
Yes, I did. I had a chance to speak.
Yep, you asked the folks in attendance to stand and cheer for an imaginary home run number 574.
Yep, Harmon heard that. I believe it.
I had the chance to spend 1 inning with Harmon Killebrew during a Fox telecast at the Metrodome in 2003. I was working with Hall of Famer Paul Molitor that day. And Harmon joined us in the booth for 1 inning. And to see Paul Molitor, a fellow Hall of Famer, act like a little kid around his idol, Harmon Killebrew, was such a memorable afternoon.
Oh, he touched so many people's lives in different ways. Torrey Hunter, with the Angels. Harmon touched his life because he improved his signature. Harmon was big on his signature. We showed you the signature out in right center field. Great penmanship, and he wanted everybody to be able, a fan, to read who they just met. And that was Harmon Killebrew. He wanted the same for every player that he ever met, saying, if you got a sloppy signature, clean it up, young man. That fan wants to know down the line who just signed that baseball.
Great advice. Jared Weaver has allowed only 2 Minnesota Twin base hits. Here's Anthony Swarzak in the Twins dugout.
Yeah, 94 pitches, retired 14 straight Angels.
Diving stop by Branyan. The toss to Weaver to retire Casilla.
Yeah, very nice play by Russell Branyan. 35 years old, reaching over, and it basically saved the base hit right there. And then the pitcher's responsibility. Watch Weaver right here. Get over there as quick as possible as Branyan dives, and then flipping it to the pitcher, Weaver covering the bag.
So it's 1 away following the terrific play by Branyan. And the toss to Weaver. Here's Jason Kubel, who has struck out twice. Weaver with 4 strikeouts today has allowed only 2 base hits. And Swarzak, 7 no-hit innings. Filling in for Liriano, 94 pitches through 7.
Good changeup right there. Oh, Weaver matching Swarzak. 0 for 0. Twins have 2 hits. That's it.
Young in the second, Span an infield hit in the 6th.
Weaver with 4 strikeouts, getting Kubel twice. Once to end the first inning, and then the second out of the 4th inning. A call third strike. Fastball away.
Weaver couldn't get to it. Callaspo does, and he throws out Kubel for the second out.
Nice play by Callaspo.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Lowe's, is sponsored by Jeep and by the makers of New Bayer Advanced Aspirin, the official pain reliever of Major League Baseball. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning here in Minneapolis. Kenny Albert with Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven. Twins and Angels are scoreless. Only 2 hits in the game, both off Minnesota Twin bats. Justin Morneau 0 for 2. First pitch, fouls it off to the left side, 0-1.
Boy, Kenny, this feels like a ball game that, one crack of the bat, one long fly ball could be the difference in this ball game. Both starters have pitched outstanding. Weaver's only allowed 4 home runs. This is his 12th start. So he's done a good job of keeping the ball in the ballpark.
And the Twins have hit only 9 home runs here in their home ballpark all season in 19 games.
Yeah, this ballpark is really a pitcher's ballpark. Good dimensions, 339 down the left field line, 411 toward the bullpen area straight away, and then 328 down that right field line with a 23-foot wall.
In foul territory, Callaspo, will he have room? He does. So through 7 here in Minneapolis, we remain scoreless. Angels still without a hit. Here comes Anthony Swarzak out to pitch the 8th. Swarzak, native of Fort Lauderdale, making his 14th major league start, has not allowed a hit over the first 7 innings. He has retired 14 consecutive Angels, and he will face Russell Branyan, who has struck out twice tonight, to lead off the 8th. First pitch fouled off to the left side, 0-1.
Hey, Kenny, how about this number right here? I mean, both starters, 94 pitches after 7 innings. Swarzak and Weaver. And both of them the same strike-to-ball ratio.
Wow.
How many times has that happened? Maybe something's in the air, Kenny. Something's in the air.
Our statistician, Marty Aronoff, seeing double.
Well, Swarzak's longest outing at the major league level, you mentioned earlier, his 14th start of the year, is 7 innings. He's done it 3 times. And his last major league win coming against the Angels in Anaheim, he worked 6 2/3 innings in that ball game, won 10-1, but he threw 122 pitches in that game. So Gardy's going to ride him right here. Just keep pumping that strike zone.
Ron Gardenhire, of course, ejected. Back at his office here at Target Field. On the ground to the right side, the second baseman Casilla, 2 more no. And Branyan is now 0 for 3.
Yeah, because Branyan is a pull hitter, the shift was on where Alexi Casilla, the second baseman, was in short right field. So he made the play. I almost see the deep breath right there by Swarzak. Like, oh, what am I doing right here?
There's one away. Here's Peter Borges. 0 for 2.
Yeah, Valencia in on the grass. Take the bunt away. This guy very quick, and there's the first base hit.
Base hit down the left field line. Borges on his way to second. First hit of the game for the Angels. 7 1/3 innings of no-hit ball, and now a standing ovation for Anthony Swarzak.
Good baseball fans here in Minnesota. They're on their feet congratulating Swarzak for 7 1/3 innings of no-hit baseball. Now Rene Rivera going out and saying, okay, that's over with now. Now you have a runner at second base. What's the sign with the runner at second base? This is the first runner that's been able to get the second base off of Swarzak. Yeah, breaking ball stayed up, and again with Danny Valencia in, I don't know if he would have been able to catch it even if he was back. This ball hugging that line and deflected, and now you can see the ejection right there.
So on pitch number 99, first hit of the game for the Angels, and now Hank Conger pinch hitting for Jeff Mathis, takes a called strike, 0-1.
Yeah, Conger caught in last night's ball game 0 for 4 in that outing. Gotta keep an eye on Borges at second base. Great speed. Well, you give up a hit and you continue to pound the strike zone. Hunter is a pinch hitter, 1 for 4.
The 0-2 from Swarzak, missing low and inside, now 1-2.
Well, he went back inside again and just missed. That ball almost came back over that corner. And Jim Reynolds, the home plate umpire, doing a good job. And that fastball still at 91. Philip DeMatre, the left-hander, along with Alex Burnett.
Borges takes his lead off second. 1 out, top of the 8th inning. Borges with the first hit of the game for the Angels. Foul territory. Nice catch made by Valencia.
Yeah, very nice basket catch as Valencia's back was toward the infield. And home plate. Watch him go back. And then just catches that ball nonchalantly for the second out. Borges stays at second base.
And how about the hustle from Swarzak, who went over to cover third?
That's your job right there. Once you let that ball go, you become an infielder. We saw, Jarrett Weaver cover first last inning. Right there, Swarzak doing his job, covering third.
And now another pinch hitter for the Angels, Alexei Amarista, will bat for Reggie Willits. There's Jarrett Weaver, who is not allowed a run. Has scattered only 2 hits through 7. Amarista 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter, just 6 for 39 overall. Left center, Denard Span. So Borges with the first hit of the game for the Angels. He is stranded. Another ovation for Anthony Swarzak. He's allowed 1 hit through 8. Is sponsored by DirecTV. Don't just watch TV. DirecTV, and by Lipitor. Middle of the screen, Bert. Want to put a circle around him? A character from Wilfred. New show debuting soon on FX. Bottom of the 8th inning. No score here in Minneapolis. Michael Kadire leading off against Jarrett Weaver. Kadire is 0 for 2.
Oh, there you go. Okay, we'll circle him right there. You are hereby circled.
As if he does not stand out without the circle. Center field. Borges, 1 away.
Well, we're seeing both pitchers give up some fly ball outs, but, and again, this is kind of a pitcher's ballpark.
There's Conger now behind the plate. Mark Trumbo has replaced Russell Brandon at first base. And Amarista remains in the game after pinch hitting. He is in left. Here's Delman Young, who has one of the 2 Twins hits today. A single to right field back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, Mike Scioscia trying to win that ball game in the 8th innings. He's used now 3 of the 4 bench moves he's been able to move. The mate. The only other one on the bench, Bobby Wilson, the backup catcher.
High bar across, 2 away.
Social talking to Mike Butcher, the pitching coach. See how far they want to go with Weaver. 7 2/3 innings, a shutout baseball. And Weaver right now at 100 pitches, 65 have been strikes.
Twins have had only one base runner since the 3rd inning. That was Span, an infield single back in the 6th, and then he was picked off. The play which led to the ejection of Twin skipper Ron Gardenhire.
Oh, good curveball right there by Weaver. Weaver again making his 156th major league start. 7 ground ball outs, 11 fly ball outs to go with his 4 strikeouts. He's walked only 1. And you think of complete games, this guy's a workhorse. He has only 4 complete games in his career and 3 shutouts. 1 shutout coming earlier this year against the Oakland A's, his last win.
And 2 of the complete games this season. Valencia called out on strikes. We head to the 9th inning, still scoreless in Minneapolis. Ball in prime time, presented by Lowe's. Let's build something together. We move to the 9th in a scoreless game. Only 3 hits combined. Angels only hit, coming with 1 out in the 8th inning off Anthony Swarzak, and now Matt Capps comes in to pitch here in the 9th.
Yeah, Capps the closer here, taking over for Joe Nathan. It looks like Joe Nathan's going to go on a disabled list after this ball game, but Capps has been overused a little bit. But for Capps, making his 21st relief appearance, this guy's a strike thrower. 23 innings pitched, only 1 walk with 14 strikeouts.
42 saves for Capps last season, 5th in the major leagues, 26 with the Nationals, 16 as a member of the Twins. As Turris 0 for 3. Top of the order for the Angels here in the ninth. As his Turris flies out to the center fielder, Bernard Span. Home plate umpire Jim Reynolds wearing a microphone for us. Let's listen.
I gotta put this song on my iPod. You all right, Renee? Does that pad help on that glove?
Yeah, help.
Yeah.
I got this one here.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that pad helped you. I got it right there in the wrist.
Also talking about his iPod playlist.
Good changeup right there.
And Ibar grounds out to the second baseman, Casilla.
2 quick outs. Third time that Ibar has grounded out to Casilla in the ballgame. How about Anthony Swarzak? You know, spot start for Francisco Liriano because he came up with a little bit of a sore shoulder. And Swarzak took a no-hitter into the 8th inning, and with 1 out, it was Peter Borges that hit the double right down that left field line to ruin that, but he got out of the inning. 8 shutout innings for Anthony Swarzak. 105 pitches, 68 for strikes.
He retired 15 in a row at one point, 17 of the last 18 Angels that he faced. And there's Jared Weaver, who has pretty much matched Swarzak. He's allowed only 2 base hits and no runs.
Yes, he has, and he's done an outstanding job. 105 pitches, 68 for strikes. 8 shutout innings, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts.
0-2 on Abreu, who is 0 for 3.
Well, I said Capps is a strike thrower. 5 pitches, 5 strikes so far, with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning.
Abreu gets the bat on it. And the catch is made in left center by the left fielder, Young. Rivera, Plouffe, and Span 2 up for the Twins. Injection awaits Jim Thome, who injured his left shoulder last night. But Ron Gardenhire told us he would be available, and he will pinch hit to lead things off for the Twins in the bottom of the ninth against Jared Weaver, who has gone the distance.
Yeah, Jim Thome with 4 home runs on the year, 593 home runs in his career.
4 for 13 lifetime against Weaver. 1-1.
Yeah, Thome hurt the left shoulder yesterday on a swing and miss. Took him out of the ball game late in the game. Good changeup right there by Weaver. Well, Weaver's dealing. Twins had left only 1 man on base, even though they have 2 hits. A walk, and that was Delman Young in the second inning. A double play after the walk in the third, and then Span got picked off.
Thome pinch hitting for Rivera. Weaver's longest outing since his last win. Weaver started the year 6-0. He's 0-4 over his last 5 starts, but has been brilliant today.
Yeah, Weaver has not had an outing this year. I mean, it's an outstanding outing, but he hasn't had one where he's given up more than 4 runs in a game. So consistent for the Angels. He had back-to-back complete games in Texas and then that shutout against Oakland. First time that's been done, back-to-back complete games, since John Lackey in 2006. A great changeup right there. Strikes out Thome for his 6th strikeout of the ballgame. Well, Weaver against Thome went right after him. Changeup right there for strike 1, and then the high fastball. And then he got ahead, with another changeup. He tried to overthrow that right there. And then a foul ball on a fastball. Curveball missed, and he came right back with a changeup, and Thome struck out.
Trevor Plouffe 0 for 2, grounded into a double play back in the 3rd inning. Fastball missing away, 1-1.
Most pitches thrown, Weaver's thrown in a ballgame 125, so he's accustomed to this. He has not had a start where he's thrown under 100 pitches. Right now, 115 pitches in the ballgame for Weaver. And very good strike-to-ball ratio. You want that right around 2 strikes to every ball, to 3 balls thrown. Conjure wanted that pitch up, and that pitch was up. Weaver, 28 years old, in his 6th season with the Angels. Some action in the Angel bullpen. That changeup just missing.
Payoff pitch to Plouffe. Weaver missing low and away. Ball 4, and the Twins have a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the 9th. Well, this July, baseball's biggest stars will go head-to-head for one spectacular night in the summer's biggest event, as Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2011 Baseball All-Star Game. Coverage begins July 12th, live from Phoenix at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on Fox.
Always fun to watch the All-Star Game. All those great athletes getting together. The home run hitting contest. The fan fest that they put together. Second walk for Weaver in the ballgame.
Ball 1. Fastball missing high. Denard Span at the plate. An infield hit his last time up, and then he was picked off at second, leading to the ejection of his manager. And now a visit to the mound from pitching coach Mike Butcher.
Yeah, Butcher, I think when we saw a couple fastballs up, Butcher just going out there to just try to bring him back down in the strike zone. You could see Weaver over-towering everybody at 6'7".
We are scoreless with 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Only 2 games this season have been scoreless through 9. The Mariners at the Orioles and the Padres at the Cubs. Only 2 runners have made it to second base today. Span on a throwing error by Weaver back in the 6th inning after he singled. And then Borges, who doubled for the Angels' first and only hit of this game back in the 8th.
Yeah, and Span was picked off of second base in the 6th inning to end that inning.
A slugfest last night. Twins led 5-0. Angels scored 6 over the final 2 innings. No runs so far tonight.
Two well-pitched game. Both sides pitchers have pitched outstanding. Swarzak, 8 solid innings. Weaver trying to complete 9 shutout innings. See, this is what I'm talking about, Kenny, as far as the pitch count. Here's a guy that has a nice fluid delivery. He's a guy that really throughout this ballgame has not been under duress at all. And this will be a 122nd pitch.
And it is high. Ball 3. 3-1 on Span.
Alexi Casilla on deck.
See the number 3 on his right sleeve in honor of the late Harmon Killebrew. The 3-1. Span pops it up to the left side in foul territory. The third baseman Cayapso makes the catch for out number 2.
That's a good pitch right there by Weaver. He challenged him with a fastball up a little bit. Span got underneath it to create the pop-up. Conjure, watch that pitch right there. Span, sometimes hitters get themselves out, Kenny. And Span just popped that ball up. That's why a great hitter gets 3 hits out of every 10 at-bats.
Casilla with no hits and 3 at-bats today. He's grounded out 3 times. Ball to the right side. Plouffe, the runner on first with 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning in a scoreless game.
All 3 batters so far this inning, Weaver has taken them to ball 3. So using a little extra, trying to find out what's left in the tank right here. Nice grab by the fan down just to our left. Stood up, didn't need a glove, just caught it with his hands.
Who needs a glove?
Yeah.
This next pitch will match Weaver's season high. Number 125. One and one on Casilla.
And that fastball clocked here at 90 miles an hour. Still basically where he's been all game long, between 90, 92 miles an hour.
And this is the most pitches he's thrown in one inning.
Yeah, again, he wants to finish it and at least hopefully, get a win if this team can score him in the 10th inning. Good changeup right there. Boy, he's mixing all those pitches very well here this afternoon. I say this afternoon, the sun is still up a little bit. Feels like afternoon, but it is an evening game.
6 o'clock start, Central Time here in Minneapolis. They played only 2.5 hours so far.
Well, you know why? Because the pitchers came out through strikes. They're doing a good job of attacking the strike zone. And they have been working very quickly, too.
Good save.
At 92 miles an hour, he tried to find that little extra. And that little extra was high. Conjure had to almost leap up to get that. See Rob Piccolo right there with pitching coach Mike Butcher.
Runner goes to 2-2. Casilla down on strikes.
What a great changeup.
We head to the 10th here in Minneapolis. No score, only 3 hits combined over the first 9 innings. Kenny Albert with Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven.
Gotta love these games, Kenny. Nothing ball game going into the 10th inning. Pitcher's duel. Alex Burnett coming into the ball game after Matt Capps had a very quick 9th inning. You know, Capps had been bothered a little bit by a forearm strain, and that's why I think, Alex Burnett's in this ball game, and Matt Capps pitched that one shutout inning. It was Alex Burnett who took over for Scott Baker in the 8th inning last night, and all of a sudden here came the offense for the Angels. Scored 5 runs.
Including the 3-run home run off the bat of Eric Ibar.
I'll tell you what, Jarrett Weaver, I thought that pitch that he threw to Casilla might have been the best pitch that he threw all ball game. Weaver, it looks like his night is done, but great job by Jarrett Weaver. 2 hits. Watch this changeup right there. I mean, Casilla way out front. You can see the grip on that ball and the follow through, the whip of the arm.
Shutting out the Twins through 9. Fastball missing inside 1 and 2. Here's Weaver between innings. Career high 128 pitches.
And he's still able to give high fives. How about that, huh? Without his arm falling off.
I know you love these games, Bert. 15 1-0 wins during your career. 3rd most in baseball history.
Yeah, and Walter Johnson, Christy Mathewson were number 1 and 2. And I'd love to have seen Walter Johnson. There's strike 3. Torrey Hunter fooled on a good fastball.
And what goes through your mind when you hear your name along with names such as Walter Johnson and Christy Mathewson?
Well, I'd like to go back into a time capsule, Kenny, and see how the game was played back then. 110 shutouts by Walter Johnson. Incredible. And I think Christy Mathewson had 90 shutouts. Wow, unbelievable. And to be part of that, quite an honor. Just wish a team would have scored me more runs than 1-0.
Both Weaver and Swarzak were thinking the same thing today. Alberto Callaspo 0 for 2 with a walk. Statistician Marty Aronoff reminding us Walter Johnson, like Harmon Killebrew, native of Idaho.
Right.
Top of the 10th inning here in Minneapolis. For the Angels, it is their 12th extra inning game this season. Ties them for the Major League lead with the Royals and the A's. Angels 4 and 7 in extra innings. Twins are 3 and 4. Nice play by Kluth. 2 away. Well, next week, Fox Saturday Baseball returns. Dodgers head to Cincinnati to take on the Reds. Cubs battle the Cardinals in a showdown between National League Central rivals. And the Rockies square off against the Giants. Next week's coverage of Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Sprint begins at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Check local listings for the game and start time in your area. Trumbo batting for the first time. On the first pitch, he pops out to Casilla. Kubel, Morneau, Kadire due up in the bottom of the inning. 3 hits, 1 error in the game. Jared Weaver, 9 scoreless innings for the Angels. On to pitch the 10th. The left-hander Hisanori Takahashi, who spent last season with the New York Mets, his 23rd appearance for the Angels.
Yeah, signed as a free agent over the winter, a 2-year contract with the Angels. Takahashi worked in last night's ballgame, 29 pitches, 18 for strikes. Worked 1 inning, 2 hits. He gave up a run with a walk and a couple strikeouts.
No runs in tonight's game as Jason Kubel leads off for Minnesota. 0 for 3, struck out twice. Kubel will be followed by Morneau and Kadire. Heart of the order for the Twins. Scoreless, bottom of the 10th inning. A 1-0 from Takahashi. Fouled off down the left field line. Remember, Ron Gardenhire was ejected back in the 6th inning, the Twins skipper, for arguing a call out at second base with the umpire Andy Fletcher after Stan was picked off by Jared Weaver.
Like all Japanese pitchers, Takahashi has a, that little pause and then another pause, and then here comes the ball. Daisuke Matsusaka with the Boston Red Sox, of course, once he starts his windup, he kind of holds it almost for, it seems sometimes for 20 seconds, but that little hesitation right there. Takahashi with a fastball, a screwball. That breaking ball right there just misses. 10 years in Japan before he signed with the Mets. Let's take a look at the hesitation right there, and let it fly. Balance point. Everybody has a different way to get to that balance point. Right there. Oh boy, just missing. Takahashi, 36 years old.
Payoff pitch to Kubel, gets a piece of it. So Jared Weaver threw 128 pitches. Did not allow a run, only 2 hits through 9 innings. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Swarzak, the Twin starter, allowed 1 hit in 8 innings.
Just shows you how hard it is to win a ball game sometimes at the major league level.
Called strike 3.
Yeah, Kubel doesn't like it, but there are a couple pitches out of the way that we showed, and that curveball looked like it went around the plate. But Jim Reynolds said no, that got the inner half of the plate. But Takahashi goes with that breaking ball. For strike 3. Well, Kubel strikes out for the 3rd time in a ball game.
With 1 away, here's Justin Morneau. 0 for 3. He's fouled out to the 3rd baseman. Callaspo his last 2 times up.
Justin just hasn't gotten it back on track since the concussion last year that sidelined the second half of the season for him. Twins still waiting. I tell you what, you have to credit Justin Morneau. He's battling through this. The concussion. He's on medication. He was off on medication, but he's out there every day trying to figure his swing out.
The American League Most Valuable Player back in 2006. Line drive, base hit into left center. Morneau, big turn, and now he heads back.
Yeah, Borges fumbled that ball a little bit. Justin making the big turn, but Morneau hitting it right on the screws. Only the 3rd hit for the Twins in the ball game. A fastball away, and that's a good sign when Justin starts taking pitches the other way. The little bobble, but he got it back in quickly.
And that will be all for Hisanori Takahashi. who are scoreless here in Minneapolis. Bottom of the 10th inning with one out.
That just shows you, Kenny, you play 500 baseball, hopefully up until the All-Star break, and then you take off, you can win your division. That's what's happening in the Western Division. Kevin Jepson coming into the ballgame. He worked in last night's ballgame, faced only one batter. That was Delman Young. Jason Repko taking over for Justin Morneau at first base as a pinch runner.
Michael Kadire 0 for 3 today, facing the 26-year-old right-hander Kevin Jepson, who was born in Anaheim, and he was originally signed by Angels scout and your son, Todd Blyleven.
Yeah, Todd did some scouting for the Colorado Rockies and the Angels, and he had the opportunity to sign this right-hander that has a very good fastball. Like that. That fastball at 94. Also mixes in a curveball, slider, and a changeup in his 4th season with the Angels.
Kadire 0 for 3 lifetime against Jepson. Repko, the pinch runner, takes his lead off first. The 0-1 to Kadire. Base hit into left field past the diving Ibar. Repko will hold at second. Twins threatening here in the bottom of the 10th inning with 2 on and only 1 out.
Well, Kadire picks up his first hit. Caught up with one of those fastballs and hit it past the diving Ibar in the left field.
So the Twins have doubled their hit total from the first 9 innings with 2 base hits here in the 10th.
You know, a lot of folks might be saying, why pinch run Justin Morneau late in the ball game? But that's one thing Ron Gardenhire's had to do here because of the depleted bullpen, is try to win the game in the 8th or 9th inning. Here we find out in the 10th.
Delman Young with a base hit. Repko started back towards second. It looked as if Ibar might have been able to make the play. And the Twins now have the bases loaded. 3 consecutive singles here at the bottom of the 10th inning with only 1 out.
Yeah, not much Jason Repko could do right there. I mean, he has to hold the ground. You don't want to get doubled up. But Ibar catches this ball. Watch Ibar go to his left. And Repko says, I got to make sure that ball got through. And it did. Well, he scoots over to third. So Jepson comes in. And the Twins get 2 straight hits. And Mike Scioscia out there putting on his little clinic and saying, you know, this is what we're going to do in this situation.
Amarista, the left fielder, just went to the dugout for a new mitt.
Right, he may be, you know, he is also a second baseman along with being an outfielder, so, and he's heading over towards second base. So Mike Scioscia is going to go with 5 infielders and 2 outfielders.
Amarista sprinted in from left towards the dugout. The new mitt was flipped to him, and Mike Scioscia going with the 5 infielders here with the bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the 10th inning. Danny Valencia is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice.
Well, one thing about Danny Valencia, he won a ball game earlier this year, an extra inning ball game against the Royals, that he got the game-winning RBI in the bottom of the 10th inning. So he's got a chance to do it again here. Bases loaded, 1 out.
First pitch fouled off, 0-1.
And Jepson went with the slider, and Valencia fouled it off.
So 3 Angels on the left side of the infield. Amarista at the second base position. 3 consecutive Minnesota Twin base hits. The 0-1 from Jepson. Good save. Once again by Condren.
Yeah, Danny Valencia got that game-winning single back on April 12th. Against the Royals in 10 innings. So he's got a chance to be a hero again.
5 hits in the game for the Twins, 3 here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Valencia, right field, and that will win the game for the Twins. Valencia is somewhere at the bottom of that pile. Minnesota with 4 consecutive base hits. Here at the bottom of the 10th inning, 4 consecutive singles. Repko scores the game's only run, and the Twins win it 1-0.
And they haven't had much to celebrate here in Minnesota. That's just their 6th win in 20 ball games here at Target Field. But the Twins do win a 1-0 ball game.
What a game. Only 1 hit for the Angels. 4 Hall of Famer Bert Blylev and Kenny Albert saying so long. Coming up after these messages, Chris Rose and Mitch Williams from our studios in Los Angeles.